I like to refer to the human body as a biological computer.
It is.
It's exactly what it is. And there is a spiritual awakening what's happening on worldwide. We can see it, but the media aren't showing it. What's going on, people? This is where you want to be. Welcome to Spiritual Needs TV. So, welcome back to the Spiritual Journey, episode number 2. And in today's show, we've got an amazing guest for you, all the way from America. Her name's Dianna. Go and check out her channel if you haven't already. It's called Trailblazers of the Universe. I'm going to put a link below so you can go and check her out. She is an amazing woman. She's overcome addictions, abusive relationships, and she has so much knowledge to share with all of us. So I hope you like this episode, guys. Thanks for the love, the support, the likes. I appreciate every single one of you. Namaste. Was it Trailblazers of the Universe? Is that your channel?
Yes, Trailblazers of the Universe.
That is an amazing name. Where did you come up with that? If you don't mind.
You know, it's funny. I created this channel years ago, and I never uploaded any videos. I guess I wasn't in the right mental state to create it. But I don't know, it just kind of came to me. I'm big into space and the universe, and I'm big on for creating our own life, some kind of conscious creator. I saw that picture. You see that tapestry there?
Yes, I see that.
It matches my cover picture. So I don't know, it just kind of came to me.
Every awakening is different, and it happens in different stages, and it happens differently for people. So how did it happen for you, or was you always spiritually aware?
So, I think I'm always having awakenings, really. But I think what really started to get, people are really like to label law of attraction, law of assumption. I wasn't really too big into that. I think I always feel like I was spiritually when I was younger. I always felt like I was kind of more mature for my age, kind of wise beyond my years. I felt just more of a connection with the universe. I always had older friends. I just felt like I was a lot more different. It's different spiritual. Now I'm back in my body. Before I wanted to be away from my body, I wanted to go out in La La Land, but now it's yeah.
We all want to go out in La La Land. I think once you sort of awaken to the truth that you are a spiritual being, that's when your life starts to fall apart. And sometimes you don't have control over it, but it's it's just the old self, the ego is dissolving, your old self is falling away, and you're just creating this new, more authentic self for yourself, if you get what I'm trying to say. Everyone has relapses every now and again. But I think you learn a lesson in every relapse, you see, because I remember watching one of your videos and it was saying not to judge yourself, even if you do relapse.
I experienced overdose. I had 2 substances. I don't need to go into the exact, but you don't have
to talk about anything you don't want to.
Yeah, but just to give, they were definitely probably the most addictive ones you could have. It was an upper and downer, and I did almost lose my life multiple times to it. And even right before, kind of like a dark night of the soul thing, it got to the point where I always thought, oh, because I work, I have a good job, I went to college, oh, I'm making money, hey, I'm functional, I don't have an addiction problem. But it became a lot, I just had that in my mind, and I was able to keep a job and stuff, so I thought I was good, but I was miserable. I woke up every day feeding something, always needing to spend all my money on it. The holistic, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, so it's everything. So they had some we didn't do that. We were there. They had some Reiki there. They had acupuncture. We actually had in-depth therapy sessions, individual and in groups. So we're talking about our limiting beliefs. We go into beliefs.
Wow.
We go into trauma, all this stuff, because there's reasons people relapse, because there's reasons why you do that. And a lot of relapse, you go there for a month. I went away for 4 months. I needed to. Yeah. And we did a lot of exercise. We took all these supplements. My brain was basically, they said it was fried, or the doctor said, from all the damage I did. So they give you supplements, it's just everything, and you don't even have sugar or caffeine for the first month you're there. And so I like sugar, so
what got you into sort of astrology and the universe? Have you always been I know when I was younger, I was really interested in extraterrestrials, and I was interested in the things that were different, and other people weren't, and they looked at me like I was a weirdo, but hey ho. So when you were younger, what interests did you have that were different to other society?
So my mom got me an astrology book when I was in the 3rd grade. Ever since then, I've been looking.
Grade.
Yeah, she got me, and ever since then, I started to become really into that. And I always was into, I'm into like crystals and stuff now. But I even was buying like rocks and minerals when I was younger, and like I was always into aliens. I was always into very abstract stuff, and I think that led to kind of like the drug thing, because like I like kind of bringing my mind like out there, and I always liked astronomy and stuff. Just realizing you're more than the physical. Physical is a very small part. Most of the world is energy. The universe is energy, and we're focused on a small physical. So we have to go outside of ourselves and like find a connection to something higher. Whether it's God, universe, whatever, it's different.
Whatever. That's it.
Finding a higher meaning, a higher purpose in life. We're just put on this planet, and we're just working. People go to work, they eat, they sleep, they get high, whatever, and like no one questions like, what am I doing? Like we're just going through the motions.
I think a lot of people forget that there are dark things that are happening behind closed doors, that if we don't face it, then later on down the line, we're not going to get a chance to face it. I'm just going to put it out there, SRA, satanic ritual abuse, and certain things like that, which is close to my heart, because I personally know 2 people that have been in an occult. The kids don't have a voice, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have to be their voice, but a lot of people don't want to look the snake in the eye and say, right, we have to face what is going on in the world, because, and I personally, I don't like learning about things like that, but I know if you don't face it and if you're ignorant to it, then it's just going to persist and nothing's ever going to get done, sort of thing.
Like there are people that some of the stuff I say, some people might not disagree with it, but you're planting a seed. Like even for me, certain things I heard, you can hear it, but you don't hear it, so when people are ready, that they might come back. It could be a video I posted now. Someone might talk shit about it. Maybe it triggered them in some kind of way or brought to light something. But, it planted a seed. It did plant the thought. And with repetition, eventually you'll have some kind of awakening or something's going to connect, So just keep planting the seed. That's it.
I think planting those seeds, eventually, it doesn't matter whether it's a year or 2 years from now, but the seed you planted will grow. And they will look back and say, do you know what? Dianna said that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or Cortez told me this was going to happen, or whatever the seed you planted, I think it will grow, because the truth always comes out in the end.
Everything's very censored, and even on Google, I use a different, Google takes all your information, that, like even what comes up, I have another browser called DuckDuckGo. It's supposed to be more like incognito. I look something on Google, something on there, and you can see the difference of the articles that pop up. Like the information is completely skewed. Wow.
That's where they're smart as well, because they know if they can control perception, it doesn't even have to be true. If they can get us to perceive something is true or perceive it is that way, then they've got us.
You have to reprogram your own mind. We've been programmed since we were born. They go to schools. I mean, in the schools, they don't teach you coping mechanism. They don't teach you how to balance your chakras. They don't teach you like meditation. Like look at what they teach you, and you're constantly being measured on like their grading system, right? Your test scores weren't this. It's like everything's said to make you think like you're not good enough. And then my video I'm about to post on YouTube, it's about letting like numbers define us. Like society just uses like, oh, your credit score, your money, your bank account, numbers are all, everything is like a metric. They even have a social credit score in some countries.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring a social credit score in England.
Oh my God.
Yeah, in 2022. I read something about them bringing in a social score. It was like everything I thought was real is a lie. And that just sends you on a journey to seek the truth in the end.
They're kind of dehumanizing us. I don't know if you heard of Mark Zuckerberg's coming out with that Meta thing. It's like the virtual reality thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And like, and they're like, he's like, you can buy land, you can go play basketball, you can look people in the eyes. I was like, they're just taking away it's like dehumanizing us. And they already have our information already. So they're going to know your purchases. They're already monitoring everything. But that just like downloading out, maybe this is too far, kind of like downloading your soul. It's like they're trying to take like,
that's not far-fetched at all. That's exactly what they're trying to do, and it wouldn't even surprise me if they didn't have some sort of technology that can do that now, sort of thing.
Like the fluoride, and I might try to go, but even like
fluoride in water. Say it. If there's articles out there, that's the thing. We're not conspiracy theorists here. These are facts. These are known facts.
I feel better having non-fluoride like toothpaste. You know, like I actually started using that, and like I actually feel a lot better. I don't know. I know they say it calcifies your pineal gland or whatever. So I don't. But I notice I do feel better. You know, but there's toxins in everything. Like cigarettes, everything's like toxins, and use the dumbest down, like the TV, the music. It's just like it's holistic. 100%. It's literally everything. It's like it's like you're in a video game. And you have to like navigate and like.
This is a video game. This is exactly like the Matrix. I think that is one of the, that's not a film. That is a documentary on life itself. What would you have wanted to hear someone tell you when you just woke up?
Well, kind of like there's really nothing to be afraid of. You know, I think they project fear so much, and that's another form of control. They put people in fear and can separate them. They can control you more. So, I mean, really, our spirits are eternal, right? The physical reality, we're all going to go at some point, right? So I just think don't fear it, kind of allow it, and be the observer. Try not to get so once you're aware of it, you can observe it more, and you can kind of see it for what it is. You don't have to get so attached and sucked in. I'm not saying we're humans, we have emotions, we're gonna have fears and stuff. We all have like certain beliefs and trauma. Everyone has different experiences. But kind of just allow it, and not try to attach too much to it. You know, you can easily get sucked in if you feed into all that stuff, man. You're gonna. And I was one of those people, and a lot of the shit, just society makes you believe you need this to be happy, you need to buy this. And I've had less money than I ever had. I'm actually happier because, you know, I'm starting a new job soon, but like, I don't need that much. Like, it just, society makes you think you need it to be happy. That's the programming. And like, you don't really need that much, man. You really don't.
That is literally the most, honestly, that's the key, you see. It's when society makes you believe that you need this to feel a certain way, which you know, and I know that the ego, the mind's always gonna jump onto the next thing, whether it's a week from now or 2 days from now, because it's never satisfied. It's not sustainable. Regardless
of what's going on, if you just can focus on yourself, work on yourself more, you know, your outer reflection is, you know, your inner, you know, is a reflection of your inner world, right? So instead of always trying to, I think we're always trying to change the outer world, like, you know, with like manifesting, like, it's like you're changing the reflection in the mirror. If you change the inside, regardless of what's going on, you know, the outside will change. I experienced that. I noticed when I worked on myself and stopped focusing on all these distractions and BS. And, you know, like even being an empath, like, you know, you want to help other people more than yourself. You know what I mean? When I just started to focus, I still help other people, but when I started to put the focus more on me becoming the best version of myself, regardless of what's going on out there, you know I'm good. And at the end of the day, you know, I think if you have good intentions, have a good heart and a good energy, I think everything does work out in some kind of way. And don't be baffled just because of your circumstances. That's temporary. You know, everything changes. And I've had really crazy pasts and everything that lead to something really good. It looks really dark, but there's a light. Just everything's temporary. It's got to flow with life, you know?